Radical.
3% battery life? I'll take the challenge. This might be a rapid fire version of flea market stories. So, this was the second time I went back to that flea market, which has become my regular flea market now. I was with my pal too. The things that stuck out about this day was it was very cold. It was the exact opposite of the other day. In fact, what we did was we took shifts actually standing at the table, which was a pretty good idea. If there's two of you there, one can go back into the car, turn on the heat and actually heat up while the other one is selling. So it's very helpful. And in the future, I'd actually, not always be selling with this individual, but there's many advantages, I will say, to actually selling with somebody else. But yeah, what stuck out about this particular day? Well, the first things out of the gate to start selling really good were my cards. I didn't have any sports cards. I had comic cards like DC, Marvel, stuff like that. In fact, for $10, I was only going to ask 8, but my friend said, you should probably put $10 on there, was a folder of Kingdom Come cards. Now, these cards were based on the 90s comic series Kingdom Come, and they're beautiful cards. It wasn't a full set, but it was about maybe 5 or 6 pages, and just some amazing artwork. I forget who did the artwork, but basically they're really all nicely painted cards, and somebody paid $10 out of the gate for those. So between a lot of these single cards, I would say maybe $15 in that first hour went to exclusively comic cards. And then after that, what kind of stuck out to me was this one guy that came by, and he was looking at the clothes table. Well, there's two different things that stuck out. Was everyone looking at the boots? I had some boots that I got, and I just didn't really care about them that much. I didn't wear them that much. Maybe there's something I didn't really like about the shoes, but they were practically brand new, and I had them on sale for $20, and these were maybe like 40, 50, something like that. So a great deal. They even had like the white, paper inside that, so you could actually open it and tell that they were practically brand new. Well, a lot of people went by, were looking at them. It was like Cinderella, it wasn't the right size of foot for anybody, except one person came by, and my friend, I said, you know what? I'm putting you in charge of selling those shoes. And he has a good personal touch with people. In fact, he helped this guy take his shoes off and try those shoes on because, of course, you got to try on shoes if you're going to wear them. And we found a match, and we got that sale on those shoes. Another interesting clothing item that I sold was I got a 4-pack in one of these outlet stores of underwears, a 4-pack. And let's just say that these underwears, I have this problem a lot where I buy underwear, and it might be my particular size, but it's not my actual size. So they're a bit, too tight. And, well, I had 3 of the 4 underwears in there because I'm not going to put the used underwear back in there, okay? I'm not. But the 3 that I did not open and try on, they were there. And I left the regular price on there, which was not the discounted price, but I think it was $39.99 for this 4-pack of underwear. So this one fellow comes by, looks at it, and he's looking at the price, and he's like, how much for this? I don't really know what to charge for it. I think I originally was asking for maybe like 5 or 6, but I looked at him and I said, how many's in there? He said 3. I was like, you know what? $3. $3. Then my friend joked, he's like, we can't let him try on those, right? I'm like, yeah, we're not gonna let him try on those because there's no returns. You got to pay up front for the underwears. He looks at me, takes out $3, and he's really happy about the purchase. I even gave him like a plastic bag to put the underwears in, just so he doesn't walk around, just holding some underwear at the flea market. Then he said something really funny. What did he say exactly? He said, man. He said, man, $3 for 3 pairs of drawers? The flea market is where it's at. He said just like that. And it was the funniest thing. It made my day. I was like, you know what, I would have just gave him those for that moment. I mean, I probably would have I would have wanted money, but that was hilarious. That was a funny flea market moment. And lastly, I said I was rushing through this. There's not a lot of notable things that happened on this day. there was this woman that was opposite seller, a woman that was the opposite seller across that had asked about. I had some potters, like some plastic things for plants, and I had some plastic black buckets. Well, I was given these. I was given these at work actually, and they were going to be thrown away. And I'm really good at actually taking things and then switching them and twisting them into profit. Because this is basically stuff that was going to be thrown away. These plastic, plastic, I don't know exactly the term. The some of them actually could, they were nice plastic. Maybe they could be waste buckets, waste baskets, something like that. But the others were specifically for plants. So there was about maybe like 20, I want to say maybe 20, hell, maybe 30. Yeah, maybe 30, 32, something like that. And I originally wanted $2 for each one, right? But this one woman was eyeing them. She came over, she looked at them, and I was holding firm. I'm like, yeah, I kind of want $2 for each one. But she's kind of sensing that I would probably, just kind of come back off of that. And she looks at me, she goes like, come on, come on. You're not going to use these. Come on. And she was right. I really wasn't going to use those for anything. And she looked at me like she actually had a plan set for every single one of those plastic planters and plastic buckets. And then she looks at me and she says, 18. 18 for all. And I go, you know what? 18 is a good price for all these. So she took those. Then I helped her carry them back to her table, and I noticed she had like a lot of knockoff perfumes and men's colognes and whatnot. But I'm thinking, don't break the rule, which is a rule I just made up. If you're there to make money at the flea market, unless you necessarily have to, don't be spending at their table. You always want to be selling at your table. So there it is. A very quick installment of Flea Market Stories.